In this demo, we're going to take a look at the do-while loop. Now the difference with this loop is that while all loops have a part where you initialize a value, check a value, and change a value, in a do-while loop, we check at the bottom of the loop. Let's take a look at how that works. We're going to start with our loop control variable, and let's call it loop control. And set it to an initial value of 0. Now before we had a while loop, it started with the keyword while. Since we're checking at the bottom, we're going to start with the keyword do, and then open up the loop block. Now, as in our previous demos, we're going to add a value to our list box. And again, since loop control is an integer, we're going to use 2 strings so that we get a string value in the list box. Now again, we have to change the loop control value. So let's try loop plus, just increment it by 1. Now we can close the loop, and now we say while, because now we're going to do our comparison. We're going to continue while loop control is less than 10. And we need a semicolon at the end because this is the end of a statement. Let's take a look and see how this works. Once again, we push do demo and we get 0 through 9, just as we expect. Now there's one tricky part about checking at the bottom. When we check at the bottom, it always runs through the loop at least once. So even if we set this loop control value to 10, we're going to see that it's going to run at least once. In this case, it prints out the 10, and then it stops because when it checks at the bottom, loop control is greater than 10. So for this reason, we tend to use do-while loops as menus, where we always want to check the initial value that people enter in. And we'll see more on how to use this as the course goes on. And that's it for this demo.